Kill all command or men! Someone here's gonna die!
I'll be back in a minute.
3 years prior, Emilia Harcourt has had a sexual encounter with Rick Flag Jr. As revealed in Peacemaker's 3rd episode, he was her friend, and she was his only friend. He still thought it wouldn't be a horrible idea to jeopardize their friendship if it meant they could be together, because he liked her so much. They had no idea that they wouldn't even have the opportunity. Flag would be killed by Peacemaker in a few hours when he left on his mission in Corto Maltese. Keith awakens Chris in the alternate universe and brings him back to the present. At first, he is confused, but he quickly grasps the situation. He then recalls that he needs to meet with Harcourt to speak with her after seeing the note he gave her. He has no knowledge of that reality, though. As though it were a pop quiz, he questions Keith about Harcourt's job and how to get there. Despite finding it strange, his brother responds that she is employed by Argus. The good news is that Peacemaker has his very own themed bike. Called the Peace Cycle, it's love at first sight when he sees the absurd car. The whole city seems to adore him as he drives it down the street, and he is ecstatic. Meanwhile, a very inebriated Lee wakes up and asks the regular Harcourt about her and Chris. She doesn't want to speak, though. Adrian annoys them by bringing up animal facts, which exacerbates the situation. After they move to a different location for their conversation, Lee brings up Peacemaker's attributes and queries Harcourt about her reasons for not wanting to engage with him. She claims it will never happen, even though she acknowledges she knows he loves her without providing an explanation. In the alternate dimension, Peacemaker is working to alter that. Unfortunately, Rick Flag, Harcourt's newest boyfriend, presents him with yet another unforeseen challenge. Fortunately, he's more of a silly weirdo there than a threat. As a result, he thinks he's being sneaky and just stares at Harcourt and Chris when they go out to talk. However, the Argus from his universe is a threat that is gradually getting closer to him. Bordeaux demands that economists report to work immediately and contacts him to inquire about Eagly. She's at the hospital right now with Flurry and a few of his injured people. Returning to Peacemaker, he is having a great time with Harcourt. He becomes even more aware of his affection for her. She wants to know what he wants to discuss when they sit down. She had suffered a great deal from the Chris in her reality, and she doesn't want to go through it again. He surprises her, however, by admitting that he has changed and by showing vulnerability. Fortunately, it appears that he differs greatly from the Peacemaker in that actuality. Harcourt acknowledges that they might still be able to get along if he has truly changed, and allows her some time to reflect. However, the remainder of their heart-to-heart will have to wait, since a number of individuals start running in distress close to them. Then one of them detonates, launching Chris and Harcourt into the air. A group called Sons of Liberty is attacking the DMV in the area and laying bombs that might destroy the entire block. Chris gets an idea of how to deactivate the explosives and save the captives despite not having his outfit. He walks up to the rooftop of the pet store adjacent to the DMV, enters, and then jumps through a window to enter the building. After then, the party turns into a carnage. Separately, the Sons of Liberty investigate the situation, but they are unable to defeat Peacemaker. He easily kills them even when they attempt to battle him collectively. He must halt the bombs after he has dealt with them all. Unsure of what to do, he disconnects a few cords. And fortunately, everything works out. The Sons of Liberty were scheduled to be taken to safety by helicopter, which is located directly above the structure. In addition to failing their task, they also have a less than joyful ending. When Keith shows up in his costume, he tears through the car, causing it to crash and blow up. Harcourt gives him a hug as he exits the building, and everyone who witnessed the occurrence congratulates him. His love for the realm grows with each passing moment. In his home reality, though, things are not looking well for him. In addition to assembling a larger team to attack his house, Bordeaux has now hired a skilled eagle hunter to murder Eagly. Economos opposes it, but he stays on her team since he doesn't want to lose his job. To make matters worse, Economos has a new, terrible partner, the Judamaster Rip Jagger, with whom his buddies battled in Season 1. Peacemaker is still celebrating his amazing day, even as a team prepares to storm his home. His brother declares his affection for him, and Harcourt informs him that their conversation was enjoyable and that the day was wonderful. Chris smiles as he exits the alternate reality, but it's obvious that he intends to go back there soon. He doesn't know what awaits him when he opens the door to his home. After spending more time in the parallel realm, Chris finally realizes that it is the place he has always desired. His brother is still alive, he has a devoted following, and he has a chance to be with the love of his life. In the meantime, people in his home world are planning his demise, even though he is unaware of it. It raises the question already, does Gunn have other intentions? Or will it be the catalyst for him to decline to return? One of the minor issues with Peacemaker this season is that characters in films and television series have long embraced alternate universes as a means of escape. And up until now, the series has adhered to the same reasoning. The series has yet to exhibit any originality, despite the fact that many people are growing weary of the idea of various realities. Nothing unexpected has happened, yet the plot isn't horrible at all. Not even Rick Flag's appearance is really impressive. However, there are still a lot of upcoming episodes that offer chances for detours and intriguing twists. The action is one thing that never lets you down. Chris's murder of all the Sons of Liberty members is as well executed and savage as you could hope for. It also gives him another challenge. Despite his efforts to improve, he still carries the lessons from his father. Although he has made significant progress, he is still far from the finish line. Of course, it would be hard to discuss James Gunn without mentioning the soundtrack. He has continued to take them a step further by selecting the appropriate tunes for the appropriate times. The comedy gets funnier, and the action gets more thrilling. He is obviously in his element, notwithstanding the occasional flaw.